Welcome to the WBPodcast. It's been a while, but the reason why we've been absent is because I had a birthday in May and then Tad had a birthday in the next month, and we just took those days off.
And personal shit's happened.
Yeah. Well, no, because I scheduled it. If we wanted to take both months off, we could. So we're actually on schedule. On our schedule. According to our schedule. So this...
You could schedule a lot right there.
Maybe like two more schedules. Schedule.
And you said schedule every other word, schedule.
Yeah, after schedule.
Welcome to the podcast about schedules.
Yeah, scheduled podcast. Yay! What are we talking about today? Video games. Yeah, we're talking about video games today. Video games. And then I'm Jason. This is Tad. I forgot how to do this.
I like how you point at people. Like, this is Tad, because they can see your finger pointing at people.
I could put a picture up of the pointing.
You're just going to put... Because you're the one going to edit it together.
No, yeah. I'm not. And then...
You're going to send me a message of Tad. Put me
in the
picture.
You guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm Brent.
You've heard him before.
Brent's back. Yay!
Yay!
I honestly don't know why I'm here, but I'm Riley. Hello.
This is Riley, my little brother.
Yeah.
Why was I waving?
Because they can see that. I told you.
They can see everything.
Kind of like
There's
Jason's
a camera
pointing.
there.
You gotta remember, I'm used to recording gameplay, though.
Well, this is the exact same thing. Why are you waving?
This is why you're
Face
here.
cam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, face cam.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You just add more work for your brother when he does the editing.
I'm not putting any of this shit in.
Yeah.
Like, the words are going to stay.
Sometimes
it's just going to be a blank square of blackness, because I'm not even going to put a logo or nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just to prove a point.
So, Tad, go first, because Brent talks the longest. What was your first video game?
My first video game?
Yeah.
Duck Hunt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you good at it?
If I got really close to the screen.
Yeah.
That's how I did.
You ever do the light bulb trick?
What's the light bulb trick?
If you shoot the gun at a light bulb, it just shoots everything on the screen.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's a light gun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you just shoot a light bulb. The light bulb has to be on.
No, that was the first game I ever played. And it was 'cause, like, it was out at my grandma's house and they gave us something to play when we were younger. And like the system was so messed up. The only way we could play it was we had to put a shoe on top of the cartridge to keep it down. Yeah, so
you didn't have a top loader. You had like the slide NES.
Yeah, like you flip up.
Yeah.
And then you put it
the original US NES.
Yeah. But because like it was so old and janky at this point, we had to take like one of those swimmer shoes and put it in the top to keep the pressure down.
That kind of makes you sound old that you're actually playing Duck.
I'm not that old, I swear. Just look at.
What was your brother's first game?
Oh, jeez. I don't remember, honestly. I know it was, I would always play, like, the NES systems.
Yeah.
The Nintendo 64, those old games I would always play.
Yeah,
like, with you and Zach.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I thought a younger person.
It might have been Mario Kart.
yeah,
Something like that.
What are you? You're 15,
Yeah, I'm 15
right?
now.
He's 15.
Yeah.
He probably played some PlayStation games.
Yeah, I played some PlayStation.
What's the first game you vividly remember playing?
That's basically what we're getting at.
Back in, like, 2007, the Wii.
That's the first game you remember.
I remember, like, more or less, yes, and that's because I was always at Grandma's house.
I'm just picturing like a Nintendo game that you were like a character and you had to physically go to a Wii and put games in it. I'm playing Wii. Wii. These graphics suck.
Ain't
Looks
nothing
like a Nintendo.
Hey, you call this Duck Hunt?
Yeah.
Fucking bogus.
What was Brent's first game?
It was probably
Mario
Pong.
Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
Actually, no, it was not. It
Was
was
it
on
Pong?
Atari. Chopper Command.
Chopper
I don't even
Command.
know what the hell that is.
It's Atari. They're pretty much all it looks the same.
Did it have little beep boop sounds in it when you played it?
Pretty much.
No,
And Atari would get angry at you. It would go, nah.
That sounds kind of terrifying.
It was.
Like, you think you're doing good, and you're just like, nah.
Yeah.
Shit, it's gonna blow up. Oh, God.
And then they would like flash colors at you.
Oh, so they cause epilepsy.
No, it wasn't that intense.
What was your first game?
It probably was something on Atari.
Was it Hopscotch?
No, I think it was Draw. Where you You're two like stick figure cowboys, and you would shoot at each other, and whoever shot the quickest died. And
Alright, when you said draw, I was imagining like an artist game, not
no, it was just draw. Like,
not cowboy draw going yippee ki yay, motherfucker.
they didn't say anything.
Like it's Atari, it's limited by what they can do.
And then there was other levels where you could put like a wall up, and then you had to shoot through the wall before you could shoot.
So you have a handgun, and you're able to blow down a wall.
Yep. To shoot the other guy.
Is it a Desert Eagle handgun or like?
No, I don't. It was like a stick figure, so it was like a block.
Oh, so it was a bazooka.
Could have been.
It
was, whatever you wanted it to be with the Atari.
Imagination.
Yeah. So what was your most?
I know I'm old because the first two I ever played was Chopper Command and Pong.
I've actually never played Pong.
Pong's fun.
I've
Pong,
never played Pong.
It's not bad. You play air hockey.
Yeah, I know.
You play Pong.
I know. I've never played the game called Pong.
Yeah.
You know, I've played games that are exactly like Pong, but I've never played Pong.
I don't know if. I think if you played a game that's similar to Pong, then you just play Pong because
By association.
Yeah, because there's no like.
I'm an
license.
honorary Pong player.
Yeah, there's like no license brand.
I played tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played soccer. You played Pong.
It's so generic.
What's your favorite video game?
That one, I was actually, since we were talking about yesterday, I had like a top 3 that I kept like cycling through. But I think like my favorite of all time was Jade Cocoon.
What was it about? That doesn't sound familiar.
It was for the PlayStation 1.
Right.
And you're like this like hunter in this magi tribe, and Brett probably knows what I'm talking about.
It's like Turok?
Kind of like
Okay.
but like so like your village is getting overwhelmed by like this swarm of like monsters and crap like that, and you have to go into this forest and go to like different levels, and every level you can like use these cocoons to capture certain monsters, and you can like blend them together, and you can like use them in battles instead of you having to actually fight. It's kind of like a more awesome version of Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Because you keep saying cocoon, and I keep thinking of old people.
No.
We're too old because when he first said that.
That was your
You're
first
thinking
thought,
of Cocoon too, huh? Yeah. That movie
Riley's
ruined.
sitting here thinking, what's a PlayStation?
I know what a PlayStation.
There was something before
He's
PS3?
probably like confused. Like, why would you think of old people when you think of Cocoon?
I own a PS2 still, though.
Do you have PS1?
No, I do not.
You don't need one if you have a PS2, though.
It's mythic to you then. You know, like there was
Have you
never
ever seen
one.
a PS1?
Yes, but not in a while.
He saw it. It was in the National Museum of History.
Yeah. You know the one, like ancient artifacts?
Yeah.
So he's got like a bag of sand and a PS1 sitting on a pedestal, and he's like juggling the weight.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Apparently you're Indiana Jones in this
All right.
whole scenario.
That's cool.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's cool to be Harrison Ford. What was your favorite game?
I've actually got quite a few, like he does.
Well, just the one that's the top of the
Numero
list.
Uno, the game you're like...
Yeah, the one you always go back
constantly
to.
play and never get bored of.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck between 2 on them, and
That's
that would
fine.
be. I was telling you about this one last night, Undertale, because that one's such a. It has a great story to it, and there's like a bunch of different games you can not games, but different routes you can take, and it's very interesting. And I also really like Mario, because I don't know why it's fun to kill mushrooms.
Which Mario?
So just
the first Mario?
The very first one, yes.
Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong?
Smash Brothers, Donkey. There is so many.
Super Mario
games.
Brothers?
Are you
For
just talking
Nintendo?
about, like the whole series? You can't go wrong with the Mario game. Is what you're saying?
No, there's a few bad ones out there.
Okay.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm meaning
Because you have
Super Mario Bros. Like where you like it's you like go and you fight Bowser.
Yeah.
And then you get Princess Peach.
The first
back.
game.
Yeah, the very first one.
For Nintendo.
Yeah, and then they remade it on Wii. I know that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they redid like a second one, and some of them are really really bad.
There's Mario All-Stars, really up the graphics a little bit. I think that's the same one. If you get it now in the virtual store, it's the one you get.
I don't know, my
What are we doing?
I'm blowing myself. Is what I'm doing.
Gross. And your brother's here. What was yours, Brent?
Kingdom Hearts.
Probably. He's predictable.
Between Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy VII.
I thought he'd really say Soul Reaper.
I did. That's like probably
It's in his top 5.
Kingdom Hearts or what?
Final Fantasy VII.
7? Oh, that's such a...
I liked Final
That's such an
Fantasy
easy
VII.
answer.
Pandering to the masses, are we,
Yeah.
No, I like that game. I still go back and play it.
Ha!
Really?
Never played it.
That's not bad.
Maybe that look.
I'm kind of eager for the remake of that.
That's gonna suck.
But the polygons, Brent. What will you do without the polygons?
You're gonna be mad when you find out it's all episodic.
Well, it has to be.
No,
I
it
mean,
doesn't.
the original game was, what, 4 discs?
Yeah.
Now you're going to up the graphics. I know we have better systems, but
They were working
still
on
not
that.
going to... As much game content is in there, and then you're going to up the graphics. You can only put so much on a disc.
Our discs have evolved since then.
Yeah, still. You're not...
I would
like,
I'd rather wait like 2 years and then come out with the full game. In fact, I probably won't even play it until it's all done. Because that's just stupid. Why would I want to get to a part and be like, ugh, I gotta wait like a year for them to come out the next episode? Or if they rush it.
Wait, so they're not releasing it all at one time?
No.
No, it's
No.
going to be like...
Well, no, I
From
really
my
won't play it.
understanding, like everything that was on the first disc
No,
is
I don't
going to be
even...
episode 1, but I don't even think it's
No.
even going to be that
No, I
much
don't.
on the first episode. I think it's mostly going to be...
It's...
And the whole... Your first episode's basically going to be
What?
the town you were
I already know where it's gonna end. It's gonna end when you fight that robot in the machine factory.
So basically
When he
you're...
falls into the garden. That's episode 1. And episode 2 is when you wake up and Eris helps you out in the church.
Huh.
Yeah. I already know that. Yeah, I've already heard that
Wow,
already.
they must be adding a lot of content for... Because there was not... I mean, that was...
Tad's
maybe
turned into a seal.
30 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so Final Fantasy VII Remaster is gonna suck, huh?
No, I think it'll be interesting.
It'll look pretty.
The way he, like, you guys are describing it is, I don't get to play a whole game.
No.
And I have to wait. Why not just, like, put it out like an anthology
'Cause-
where it's, like, all together?
Tad, DLC.
But it was the original game. Like, I'm not gonna pay extra to play
No,
the original game.
That's what they want. That's the whole game.
That's stupid.
A lot of game companies are doing that. Even like Street Fighter V
You
came
can't
out.
play as Ren.
No, they didn't have story mode. They said it will come out later
What?
because they wanted to get it out early because the tournaments were coming out. So they just came out with the basic game. Here's some fighters. Here's the game. Story mode will be out in about a year.
What do I do for a year?
You play that
Why?
because you can't do anything else. DLC. That's where they're making their money right now.
No.
Yeah, it is. They're making a buttload of money out of that.
That's so stupid.
This is the world your brother lives in.
Yeah, I'm stuck with all this stuff.
You don't go to the store and buy it. You pay $60 and you get like a third of the game.
No.
Yeah.
That's,
And then some of it's free, and then they're like, "Hey, do you want a cool costume? $5."
This is like the last game I actually
Yeah, it's
bought
very
was Mass
accurate.
Effect 3. That was like the last game I actually bought.
Mass Effect 3.
Mass
yeah.
Effect 3. That was the last official game I really bought.
And that was even kind of rushed and
Yeah.
handled piss poorly.
And if I'm right, even on that game, what, about a year or two later, they came out with the Game of the Year edition that had some added game content.
No,
and
what that
stuff.
was all the DLC just in one pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, the DLC they had in there, like, they had some, it's the DLC they had didn't really affect the overall game. Whereas, like, what they're doing now, it sounds like, is you need this DLC to play the game.
Not really.
That's what
But
you
they
kinda
did that
described to me.
with
They make you feel like
Skyrim.
that.
There was like whole other story things that weren't even in it. If you bought the Game of the Year, you had to buy the downloadable content.
But with the Street Fighter thing, like all the DLC, I think it's free to a point, but they'll probably get you on characters. But if you just wanted to play story mode and you didn't really want to mess with the online shit, or just have fucking something to dick around with your friends, like if you were really into the Street Fighter storyline, you had to wait.
What are your thoughts on DLC there, Riley?
I honestly think they're very, very stupid. There is really no use to them. It's basically just saying, give us more money to play more of the game that should have already just been in there.
Yeah.
I've got a few games that are just like, hey, here's a DLC. You had to pay an extra $30 for that. And it's like a 10-minute thing.
Well, like the only other option for people like your brother is just not to buy it and stop feeding the machine.
And that's not going to happen.
No, because they're all like, Overwatch. I kind of play that with my friends. So I got you by the balls there a little bit. Huh. Like they give you like a taste of the candy, and you're like, "That's really good," and then all your friends are like, "Yeah," and they start paying for it.
It's just a tip.
Yeah, then they start paying for the candy, and then you're like not eating any, and they're like, "Hey man, you gotta get on this candy thing," and then when you go back, you're like, "I want some more of this candy." You're like $60, and you're like, "Oh, what the?"
Yeah, it's very accurate there.
Just the tip.
It's a big problem right now with the gaming market.
And you like more of the tip, and you want more.
Yeah.
And then you get fucked.
But you look cool in that cool costume.
You get fucked. Like, this is so fun.
Yeah. If it's any indication how fucked you've been getting, like you got gold everything and you like all pimped out. And
yeah,
like, and that guy got really fucked.
And you're walking like a fucking crab now.
Oh yeah. But you paid for it.
Yeah,
because
with your dignity and your asshole.
It's all the shit that Brent plays, or all the shit Brent plays right now is where the reason why it's becoming like that, because mobile phones and shit like that, people pay up the ass for fucking DLC, and then all these game companies are like, well, if they're making money, we want to make money like that.
I'll use the game I'm playing now.
Brent's like feeding the machine. He's like, yeah, I'm getting fucked really bad. Look at this hole.
No, I don't even
fucking hate
feed
it.
that.
Use more money.
I know there's several of them, and I just must be nice to make that much money.
I'll never know.
They spend $700 to $1,000 a month.
No, I don't even make it. That's like my bills.
On this game.
You gotta get 2 jobs and play that game.
Yeah, but I have 2 jobs. I'll never have time to play the game.
You gotta play the game.
But I can't if I'm working all the time to pay for playing the game.
You are playing the game. You're playing it right now.
I played the game.
This is the worst game of life ever.
That's why people have
never going to be.
For them.
I ain't paying for that.
I guess never going to be one of the top tier players because
you can't afford it.
I can't afford to spend.
Yeah, see?
What game is it?
Wartune.
Wartune?
That's so sad that it's not even skill at this point. I don't even know why you're playing this game, because you're never
gonna be the best there.
Because you can't afford it, but it's not even your skill. That's the problem. It's just you can't afford to play it.
There is some skill to the game. There is some things you can do to level up, and you do get better and get medium in there and doing all right. And but again, it's
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
To get there, you do have to put in a lot more time, and again, that's my drawback to the game. You have to be on at specific times to really increase yourself on the game.
I feel like that's what's going to happen with the Pokemon Go. Is they're going to be like, oh yeah, you can have all the free Pokeballs you want. You want a Master Ball? That's going to cost you like $60. Real money, not fake money.
I haven't even played Pokemon Go yet.
I know, but I'm just saying that's probably what it's going to be like.
Okay, so...
You want that really cool hat? That's $100.
So, Saturday night, it was last weekend, I had some of my friends come up and we were supposed to be playing Magic. And they all have phones that can handle Pokemon Go. I do not. So I'm all ready in game to play Magic, and they all have their phones on chargers, and they're like half playing, but mostly focusing on trying to catch a Zubat that's in my corner.
Why Zubat? Zubat suck.
That's what I said. But apparently, like, you get a goal if you capture so many Pokemon, and like they're more focused about going around and like getting the gyms that are in town instead of like playing the game. They said they're coming up to play. I'm like, yay, Pokemon! And part of me is like pissed because I'm like, I want to play the game.
Right, that's where they get you.
But I want to play Magic.
Oh,
but at the same time, I was like, I felt so left out because like everyone else is a Pokemon trainer around me, and I'm like,
yeah, that's why the DLC thing works.
And I'm like fucking Snap over here, just like I can take pictures of them.
You know? You can.
I'm useless.
Yeah, that's how they get you at the DLC.
You can't even play it on the.
No, the 4S doesn't have enough processing power to.
You could probably mod your computer to play it if you really wanted.
I'm just gonna carry my laptop around.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing
People probably do that.
Oh yeah. No.
There's some people stopping traffic to like catch them in the middle of the road. Just like,
well, you gotta get that. You gotta get that Eradicate.
Yeah. It's so
They've
important.
already had traffic accidents.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are driving down the road just.
Oh yeah, like Pokemon Go's developers would have like put out a statement saying like, "We know you enjoy the game. Do not capture and drive." All right,
Yeah,
like
it says it on the thing now.
yeah.
They've even put out Facebook videos.
There's
and
a disclaimer. Like our brother Zach lives down in Kansas, and
He killed somebody for a Pokemon.
I wish. How awesome
Pikachu's
that story.
mine.
I must be the best there ever was. You know, but no, he was what was it? He dropped in the game. You get like these lures that last for like 15 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that, or like it just attracts every Pokemon ever to this one spot. And so he dropped it down in this parking lot of his the DVAC or whatever it is they have it, like the army bases.
Right.
And
Other people see it too.
yeah, well, it's like if you're on the game, it like pops up like all these Pokemon are here.
Right.
So he dropped it in less than like 5 minutes. The parking lot was just jam packed with
Wow.
cars and people trying to capture Pokemon.
How funny would that be to go to like a gay club and do that? Drop a lure in. Or a strip club.
You just
or
see Brent
something.
barging through the door. There's a hypno in here.
Won't even get on that game. I'm not that big of a Pokemon fan. I mean, I played the first two. I just,
Blue and red.
Did you ever play yellow
Did you play green?
or gold?
I played the
Shadow.
original four of the red, green, blue, and yellow.
You never
That
played
was-
green.
Green.
Liar.
No, green didn't come out. It was yellow that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it was originally red and green, or blue and green, and then
Red and blue.
it was red. No, because in Japan it was red and green,
Red and green.
and then they had blue.
Yeah.
And then they had yellow, and then we got red and blue, which was just red, green, and blue divvied up to two different games.
Right. Well, no, blue and red were both had the green elements in them.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
No, kind of close to what I said.
Yeah, it is kind of close.
Yeah.
I said it better.
Probably. You articulated it
I articulated
with
it.
much better
Right.
It-
Less
words.
confusion, yeah.
smithings.
Smithings. Because, like, green was, like, supposed to be, like, a booster.
Yeah.
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 And they just added green, too.
And technically we can play green, because they did the remake of it with Fire Red and Leaf Green in 2004, which I had both of those, because apparently
yeah, you
I
can
needed it.
you can play green at home. Just when you play red or blue, pick Bulbasaur.
Why Squirtle's the best?
No, because you're playing
I
green.
want Charmander.
Everyone wants Charmander.
Everybody wants
Charmander's
Charmander.
adorable, though.
Man, I was a young ball. I did go with Bulbasaur.
Because you could relate. He's like, he's slow, he can take a lot of damage, he's my kind of guy.
I know when I played Gold, I always picked Chikorita.
That's because Bayleaf's a badass.
Is it?
I always liked it.
I like Bayleaf
well, like,
too, but
Like, oddly enough, in the second gen, like, Chikorita's actually really good. You know, like, in the first one,
Chikorita was
in
awesome.
the first game, like, Squirtle was the best starter you can get, because he's good for the first two gyms.
Yeah.
He has the strongest matchups against, like, most of the other gyms. He has really high defense, really decent attack. He's not that slow. You know.
Turtle.
Yeah. Whereas, like, Charmander was one of the worst ones you can get, because, like, he's, like, for the first 2-3 gyms,
But he looks
doesn't...
cool.
Yeah, he looks cool. But, you know, he doesn't do much for the first, like, 3 gyms, so it makes it that much harder to play it. And Bulbasaur was just, you know, kind of there. He was slow and tanky and great for the first couple gyms, and then...
He was great too.
Yeah, he was alright. But, like, Squirtle was the best one. Whereas when you get to, like, Gen 2, Cyndaquil wasn't really that
Single
great.
suck.
You know, like, Totodile was alright. That's one I always went with.
Totodile sucked too. I didn't like Totodile.
I like Totodile because, like, the bite and crunch aspects that gave him, like, dark moves, which made him badass against, like, all the Ghost Gym and shit.
Yeah, but wouldn't Chikorita be good against those?
Of Ghosts and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Then, like, I thought grass types were strong against psychic
Bug.
type. Or bug type.
Bugs type. Yeah.
Against psychic type.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like Cyndaquil was good against like the second gym.
I thought that would have made more sense
one.
that all you had to do was get a psychic really high with grass, and it wouldn't be effective anymore. It's like a pot joke. Because it messes with your mind.
I got it.
Yeah, grass.
I got it now. Yeah.
You're still in the Pokemon world.
Fucking that's why Kadabra was holding a spoon. So he was
Right.
Smoking, he was smoking an Oddish.
He was doing some crank.
He was like, this Oddish is really odd, man. I wonder if the spoon can actually bend. Oh, wow. It's my thumb.
Because you get like needles, spoons, and stuff, don't they?
What are we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about what was everybody's favorite game, and then we went on a rant for like 20 minutes.
So, a basic normal Warped podcast.
Yeah. I never said what mine was.
Yeah, what is your favorite game? Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
That was a tough one to crack, wasn't it?
It's the greatest
I almost
ever.
wanted to say Barbie's Dream House, but
It's up there.
it's a good game. So what's so great about Metal Gear Solid?
Everything.
Everything, just like everything. The
'Cause
fact
they
that you get
really
to hide in
don't-
a box, you get a D-horse.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually you get all those things. You always get the box.
Oh, the box. I've actually never played a Metal Gear Solid game.
It's just the freedom of, they don't really hold your hand. They're like, they tell you what you need to do.
And then say do it.
Yeah.
So
Then like, do I kill people? Or like, I don't know. Probably shouldn't. That's not morally right, but...
we're not going to stop you from doing
Yeah.
it.
You're the one
So
with the gun.
it's like a perfect game because it's like the game of straight independence, and that's like you're independent incarnate.
Yeah. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but with a little bit more structure.
Sweet.
Yeah. And it gets better as the series go on, because, there's more freedom.
Is there a bad Metal Gear Solid game?
There's some that were like Acid that came out for the PSP, and they're like card based, so you can't move. You give you a deck of cards, and they're like every card is like a move set. It's also an action. It's interesting, but it's not really. It could have been any game. Really,
It's kind of like that Kingdom Hearts. God, it was on.
Would Brittany have played that? Would anybody have played that other than you?
I didn't even play it all the way
no
through.
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
They had a Kingdom Hearts on DS, I think it was. That was just. It was strictly a card. You play it through cards.
We have to interrupt the podcast for a second.
I'm not answering it.
Oh, you're not answering.
I'm not answering.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm just gonna respond.
Like I said,
Brent's taking a piss, so you can answer it.
No, I gotta blow my nose.
Yeah, he's got to take a
Hello?
piss. I'll be
Yes.
back after these short messages.
Yeah.
short messages.
Okay. Alright, bye.
All right, everybody's good. Technicalities out. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah. So, like I was saying, it could have been any game. It didn't have to be titled Metal Gear, but like, you were in a room and you had a deck of cards, and like, you could go back and play rooms again, and then you could and then get points, and you buy more card packs, and you open the pack and get more cards and more move set. Every card was a move, whether it was like how many moves or whatnot. But each card had like action. Some cards had better actions than others, like shoot, or kick, or stab, or hide. And everything was like on a grid. That's how you moved on the grid. So,
Yeah, I don't want to play that game.
huh?
I
You
don't
wouldn't?
want to play it.
It was interesting. It
For
wasn't.
a while, there was like probably 14 or 15 games.
It sounds like Dungeon Dice Monsters. Like,
Kinda. Yeah, kinda like that. But more sensible because you're in a room and not just like an open plain. But yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking like, no, not Dungeon Dice Monsters, but I was thinking like that Rose game, whatever. And there was like another Metal Gear game that wasn't Kojima that kind of sucked, but was okay.
was that the one that they, like, the original developer left on? Or was that the one that just came out?
He didn't leave on it. They wanted to make a new game and he didn't want to make it. Like, he didn't want to make another Metal Gear game, but Konami's like, we're making a lot of money with Metal Gear, so make another one. He's like, no. So he, like, oversaw it, but he didn't have any real involvement in it. He's like, looks good, guys. Yep, that looks like Snake. He's
doing Snake-like things.
Yeah.
Fuck you in the face.
And they kind of, like... And you can really tell that wasn't a Metal Gear game because, thank you. He didn't, like, a lot of the movesets were based on, like, Metal Gear 3, but there was no integration. Every time, like, Kojima made a new Metal Gear game, he always added something new to it or took something out that wasn't working.
So it evolved to be better over
time. Yeah. Like, the 5th game's, like, really good. Like, yeah.
Bombing.
Yeah. And then there was a Metal Gear Rising, and Kojima didn't have anything to do with that. But from what I hear and what it looks like it's pretty good. So
you haven't played that one yet?
I don't want to, but I haven't.
You don't want to play it?
No, I do want to play it.
You just haven't had a chance?
I haven't had a chance to play it. Yeah, I went to PS4 to PS3, and it was a PS3 game. I'll get around to it. But it didn't necessarily follow the storyline. It was kind of like, yeah, if you want to believe that happened, then yeah, sure. But if it
so it's on your bucket list of games to play.
Yeah, not really bucket list. If I do it, I don't.
It's on the, oh, hey, look, it's cheap now.
Yeah.
I got it.
Pretty much.
I have a question for everybody.
A
game you've played that was not a popular game, but you thought was a great game.
Unpopular as in, like, people didn't know about it, or unpopular as in, like, everyone else says this game sucks and you like it?
No, unpopular as most people didn't even know about the game.
So underground.
Right.
Just kind of that rare game that you liked.
He's saying, like, a game no one knew about, but you found about it. Yeah.
Apparently I'm very mainstream. I can't think of any game that I actually played that no one else really played. Like, I think I can go back to, like the original Nintendo.
I never heard of your damn Cocoon game.
I thought a lot of people had played that one.
I never heard of that.
No, it was from right on PlayStation. And
you know your laptop?
Yeah. Oh, well.
Riley is leaving the podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Hey, real quick before you go, did you have a game that you played that no one else played?
There actually is one. I don't remember what the game's called exactly, but it was like an online game. And basically you got these stick figures and you name them whatever you want, basically. Name your team, and your goal is to kill everything else before you die.
It's like stick fighting.
It's basically...
Yeah. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Huh, it's pretty fun.
I think it's like called like Stick War or something like that.
Yeah. I think it is too. It's something like that.
It's pretty fun though.
Yeah.
So, sounds intriguing.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be here.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, like, the youngest person here probably has the most influence in the whole thing. Just totally left.
Mine was, I'm pretty sure it was called Dark Stone or Dark Crystal, something like that.
Dark Crystal.
That would be awesome.
I think it was Dark Stone. It was on PlayStation and for PC. And I know a lot of people, I see some of the gaming deals talk about it, but they call it an underrated game. It was really fun, but the views on the game were very bad.
The reviews?
No,
or when you're playing the game, like, you can't see anything.
You either get an over the top view that's
so
really
your perception
bad
your perception angle is horrible to see. It's like really hard to know what's actually going on. It's disorienting.
That's the worst part about the game. The graphics now would probably consider like going back to playing Nintendo to most kids now, but it's still one of those games. And the other odd thing to the game was most games, even if you're playing on like easy mode, you can go all the way through. This game, if you're on the first setting, which I think was 0 to 20, you can only go so far in the game.
And then you have to increase difficulty.
You'd have to increase difficulty, and it was all set on levels. If I hit I think the last point before my ex sold my PlayStation and memory cards. Had all the way up to 68 or 69. I was going to restart at 70. I skipped 60. And I could only hit, I think it was up to dungeon 9 or 10. And I guess there's 12 or 13 dungeons in it.
Yeah.
But when you restarted, the monsters got harder from the beginning and the dungeons changed. If I played it and you played it, your first dungeon would be different than my first dungeon.
So you never got the same gameplay every time. That's kind of unique in a kind of coolish way.
I would like to see an updated version of that game. I think
probably never will.
But it's one of those. No, you never will. It was
because it has to be popular before they'll even touch it.
I like playing Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
That's kind of a cult classic. They might do something with that in the future, but it's hard to say.
I remember watching the cartoons. My grandma used to buy the VHS tapes for us and stuff. And when she actually got the game that they made for the Nintendo, the NES or whatever, and I remember playing the crap out of that and Blinky being awesome.
Yeah.
That dude was.
Because they did an update to DuckTales.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
It's like a whole remastered DuckTales with new graphics and everything, and they even because the original didn't have any voice work on it.
It was all just text.
Yeah, this one they got the guy. I think he's dead now.
Aww.
They got the guy who originally voiced Scrooge McDuck to do all the Scrooge McDucks. He was I think he said he was 86 or something like that.
Shit.
Yeah, doing Scrooge McDuck again. It's holy shit, dude. I guess if I had a game that nobody knew about, but I liked...
Sucker Punch. No way, that's a movie.
That's a movie.
Sorry.
Well, at the time, I mean, a lot of people know about it now, but at the time when I had it, no one knew what the hell it was, and I went on about it for years, and nobody seemed to be I never heard of it, was, Castlevania Symphony of the Night for PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my brother had that, but I don't think... Okay, so... My older brother used to hang out with your younger brother, Adam.
Yes.
And I don't think it was till he started hanging out with, him that he didn't start getting into, Diablo and Castlevania.
Really?
Yeah.
Because my brother didn't play any games. But
because they would come over and they'd be hanging out in their room, in his room, and they'd play Diablo and stuff like that for hours on end.
I know that.
Oh shit, my foot fell asleep.
But yeah, I went on about that game. I tell people that was a great game, and they're I never heard of it.
So because there's so many Castlevania games.
There is a lot.
The one I'm thinking of, Symphony of the Night, is that the one where you're playing as the vampire guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where he's you're Dracula's son or
Dracula's
something.
son, yeah. Alucard.
All right. Yeah, that was when you said that. That was the first one that came to my mind.
Because they said it was they call it Metroidvania.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just because it was similar to Metroid in the level design and the gameplay a little bit. Not really, but how you get power-ups and stuff, and how there was a map system and stuff like that, going through the castle.
That was actually the first Castlevania game I ever played.
It was really good.
I never beat it, though.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people didn't beat it.
I played
it was 2 endings, too.
I played it forever, and I couldn't do it.
Could you not beat the genie, or just never found it?
Never found it.
Oh, yeah.
I get so lost. I'd go from one room and go to another room. It looks just another room. What the hell?
I was I never beat it either when I first had it, and then I saw it in the virtual store on the PlayStation. I was I'm gonna beat this fucking game, and then I destroyed it. The thing I couldn't get past was when you're in the upside down castle. I couldn't get past like all this, like this one area, and I was like, what the fuck? How do you get past this? And then when I went back and played it again, I just like flew past. I'm like, how did I not get past this? I'm a fucking idiot.
With time comes wisdom. And
Right.
You use all your puzzle solving abilities.
No,
to like,
that's
I
not
get
true,
it now.
because then one time I fucking...
Got lost on Sonic? I know.
No. I beat Sonic 1 as a child, and then went back and played Sonic 1 and couldn't fucking do it. And I had save states this time, and I still fucking couldn't do it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what kind of monster child was I to blow through this game in the weekend? And it was, because I had to give it back to my friend
So like
Monday.
I have to beat it.
I have to beat it, or I won't be able to...
It'll hang over my head
And
forever.
I fucking destroyed that game. I didn't get all the fucking chaos crystals.
Maybe it's because like you had incentive to beat it. You're like, I'm on a time crunch.
No, I don't.
Gotta do this.
I don't.
And now, like as an adult, like it's not as prevalent. So it's
No,
like,
it was prevalent because I was getting pissed.
like you took it personally. Like,
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I can't get fucking past this part. And I was like, how the fuck did I do that? I can save the fucking game now, and yet I still can't fucking beat it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Is Symphony of Darkness your favorite Castlevania game?
I thought that probably, out of the two I played, yes.
What was the other one you played? Just Castlevania?
The 64 one.
Oh. Oh, wait, what are you, Brent? Brent?
Brent.
I don't know why I said Bent. Did you play the Castlevania games? Did you play all of them?
He played a lot of video games.
I've played just about all of them.
Which one's your favorite?
I think I do. It's a toss-up for me. I like the original, but of course that's childhood nostalgia.
If you go back and play it now, what will still be as good?
No, I played it when they remade it for PlayStation or PSP. Didn't like it as much. But Lord of Shadows, which I know a lot of people hated it, I like it.
What was the...
Which one was Lord of Shadows?
It's the newest one.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't like that one.
What was the one where, like... you get, like, little, like, monsters that help you? Like, you get, like a fairy and, like, a...
Symphony of the Night.
Like
No.
a rock golem thing. Like, it's it's a 3D kind of platform.
This
and, like,
one was
and depending on what weapon you use.
Xbox,
I remember playing on
360.
PS2.
C, and PS2.
But I Curse of Darkness?
I think that's what it was.
I think it was like you're not like one of like the main heroes and like the other ones. Like you're a whole new dude, but you're still like related to them in a way. And like
You're a vampire, but in this one,
you have like
you
magical...
have familiars, I think is what they're
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
like you can have like a bird or like, and depending on what weapon you use is how
But-
like they evolve over.
Yeah.
Depending on what crystals and stuff you fed them is how they evolved.
You could do that in Symphony of the Night.
Could you?
Yeah,
I didn't
they had
know that.
familiars in there. They had
It was a small part of that one. I don't
no.
remember using them that much. in
Jesus
that game.
Christ! If you had the sword familiar, and he just kept killing, he kept getting stronger every time he killed. So like by the end, if you had the sword familiar, like when you went to some bosses, you would just sit in the corner, and the fucker would just like spin around and just be like over in like 2 minutes.
Shit. I didn't know.
I think the familiar thing was introduced in Symphony of the Night, and then every
It
castle
expanded.
Yeah,
and it was the only one they ever did it again that I remember them doing.
No, because Symphony of the Night for like hardcore Castlevania fans, like who like the nostalgic purposes of it, they hate Symphony of the Night because every Castlevania after Symphony of the Night was basically some variant of Symphony of the Night, and they didn't get their side scroller whip slashing Castlevania
Belmont,
game. Yeah, they
basically.
didn't get that back again. They didn't never went
Lord
back.
of Shadows was the first one that started back with the whole whip.
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, it wasn't a side scroller. Like you didn't get that back. You didn't get a traditional. You didn't get like Super Castlevania back.
No, you weren't. No, they've never went.
Yeah, they
really.
never went backwards after that. After Symphony of the Night, it's always been well. This is what we're gonna do from now on.
This is a winning formula.
Yeah,
Why mess with it?
Yeah. holy shit! Like everybody loves this game. We're gonna do this from now on.
It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I did Symphony. I went through it like once, maybe twice.
Sad, but I never played any other Castlevanias. I never played.
It was kind of to me. It was one of those. Me and a friend went through it. I think we rented it or bought it thinking, oh, this is going to be good. We love Castlevania. Thinking it was going to take us all weekend to get through it.
Which one?
Symphony Night.
And thought we were, it's going to be... It was halfway through. We got home Friday and started playing it. And by mid to late Saturday, we were done with it.
Well, it had, like, multiple endings.
And
did you even get?
Okay, now when you say you guys like by mid to late Saturday, was it just like you guys just powered straight through from the end of Friday straight to that point?
Right after school on a Friday.
And you guys played nonstop. Well, that's still like 24 hours worth of gameplay for especially if you're just like powering through it instead of like trying to find every nook and cranny.
I even when I was playing it, I looked up like the best weapon you can get in the game, and they're like, this dude in the library will sometimes drop this sword, and this sword is like the best sword you can get in the game because it hits for this much and it does this much and this. And I spent like 2 days in that library
just trying to get that sword,
whipping, leaving, and finally it dropped it, and I was like, Jesus.
Finally.
And then after that, I was like,
you like cutting through butter with a hot knife.
That sword was the best
there ever was.
It really was.
Like I said, he talks about. I didn't play it that much. It was kind of a once-over game, and we were able to get rid of it fairly.
Yeah, I don't think he gave it a fair enough chance because there was a lot to that game.
And didn't play it that much. It wasn't. And maybe if I did, spend more time in it trying to get all the stuff.
Did you even go to the Upside Down Castle? Because I think you just got the shitty ending.
I don't remember that much. Like I said, it was just one and done, and we.
Did you fight Dracula at the end?
And I don't remember that much of it.
I think you guys fucked up because like even back then there wasn't like a lot of like YouTube or Game Informer and stuff like that to tell you how to do certain things.
We got done with it, and why it was still worth something, and God, what was. I can't remember the name of the store. It wasn't like Gamers. It's like Game Doctor or something like that. The place is no longer in business. And we were happy as hell to find a place like that resold games like that.
It was amazing back then.
And we spent, I think it was like $30 for the game and still got $20 back out of it. It's like, great. And I think we traded in enough other stuff that we got like 4 other games.
So is there any games you guys are looking forward to?
The new Zelda game looks kind of cool.
The Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, like I've only seen a little bit of gameplay. I'm probably not going to play it because I have to go buy a whole new system and have time to play a game. But from like the gameplay I saw from it, it looks really nice. Like it looks good.
An open world Zelda.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like everything goes going open world because even my last Metal Gear game
was open world. Yeah. Well, I think Bethesda or whatever it was, that company that makes like Fallout and the Elder Scroll games.
Is it Ubisoft? Is it Bethesda? I don't remember.
I got it right here. Hang on.
Oh, you wrote it down.
No, I have Skyrim.
Oh.
Bethesda, Havix. Yeah, Bethesda game. That's how you say it, right? Bethesda.
Yeah.
Bethesda.
You're saying it right.
Yeah.
Bethesda.
So like, since they started doing their stuff with the open world, like, and you can almost go back and blame Legends of Dragoon, where they have kind of an open world where you can kind of go and do anything. It was
I think
linear, but
I think like one of the first big games to do it was Grand Theft Auto.
oh yeah,
3.
Driver.
No, Grand Theft Auto was before Driver.
Was it before?
Yeah,
the
third one.
The third one was before Driver.
Yeah, Driver came out after that.
Grant, you have.
Well, they popularized it. Let's go with that.
Final Fantasy.
Which
and
Driver
Grand
did?
Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. If GTA came out before,
I think there was some games that had open worlds before that, but it was like the first
Fantasy
platforming one
yeah,
that had.
Final Fantasy 7 and Grand Theft Auto were like your.
No, I'm not going to count Final Fantasy 7 because that was just an RPG, and almost RPGs always had an open
and
world.
I'd put like
Because you could say
Final
Time
Fantasy.
Crisis had an open world.
I put Final Fantasy with like Legends of
Or
Dragon.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you couldn't really do anything you wanted other than just fighting monsters. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't really open world. Yeah, you could go anywhere, but are you like dicking around and?
Where you're just like, hey.
Grand Theft Auto was the first one you could do anything.
To an extent. Yeah.
And little consequences for whether you were being good, was this evil, this.
Yeah.
I killed a lot of hookers. Which I think everyone did, because like when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, I was 9.
It was a good way to get your life back and get your money back at the same time.
Yeah, but okay, here's what pissed me off. He'd have sex with a hooker, they'd take like $100. You kill that bitch, she only has like 50 or 60 bucks on her. Which when I was younger used to piss me off. Like, how is it you're taking that much and not getting it back? And I thought about it. These are ethical hookers who are paying taxes right away.
I got my money back. I remember it was like a few times I didn't get all my money back, but
Like
I normally
every time
I normally got all my money back.
You're breaking my chair, Brent.
I didn't understand. See, that was like something in like Metal Gear. He in like the first game, he smuggled in like a pack of cigarettes, and he got this fucking pack of cigarettes, and you would sit there and watch him, and he would smoke, and it would take away your health if you did it, and you're like, what the fuck's the point of having a goddamn pack of cigarettes if it just takes away just to look cool? Just to look cool, Snake? You want to look cool? Stand next to that box? Dickhead. But then you find out there's like laser grids and shit.
So you can breathe into it. So
yeah, if you're using the smoke, you can see the laser grids and stuff. So it did serve a purpose. But I never understood like why taking a hooker would up your health when it should be like giving you an STD.
Yeah,
take it away.
Like,
if anything,
like you have to go like there's a like after you have a like the third or fourth hooker, you have like a mission to like 2 minutes to get to a hospital to get a penicillin shot.
It should have been more random generated, where sometimes you got health and sometimes
You
you lose a little bit of health.
Or worse, like the pimp comes out and shoots you in the face. Realistic.
Yeah, that
And
could have happened
and
too.
they steal your car you stole because you don't buy a car.
Or after you have sex with a hooker, and then just big red letters, it's like, now you have AIDS. And then there's a timer. Oh, fuck.
You can increase the timer by going to meetings and
taking drugs.
Yeah.
And now you're stuck. Oh, yeah.
So like now your whole Grand Theft Auto game became like
Trying to survive AIDS.
it's like
Just you and Magic Johnson.
just super depressing. Huge Magic Johnson and Charlie Sheen are just hanging out. Like, we're winning! Tiger's blood! Shut up, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's your fault. I blame you. Why? I didn't make you fuck the hooker. You made it cool.
No, he didn't.
If you ask him, he says he made it cool.
Yeah, well, I'm not asking him.
Yeah,
I never understood that. What else is there to talk about?
Worst game.
I was actually going to bring that up earlier, and we just kept going about Metal Gear Solid.
Worst game?
My worst game, I actually currently own.
Mm-hmm.
It was that I think it's like X-Men United or whatever it was. That one that came out for Xbox 360, where it's like you can choose which you want, 3 different mutants, and you can like go through the game, and you're either like X-Men or Brotherhood, depending on like what choices you make. The game lasts 4.5 hours. You know what game I'm talking about?
I heard about it, didn't play it.
Yeah, so I saw it at Target one day when I was out shopping, and I was like, X-Men. I was like reading the back of it, and like the way they describe it, like you get to build a mutant, and you get like make him be a good mutant or a bad mutant, like from the ground up.
Yeah.
And it like sounds like you go on adventures with X-Men or the Brotherhood. And like, fuck yeah, I want to play this game. And I get home, and like 3.5 hours later, it's like, hey, you won the game. You're an honorary X-Men. Roll credits.
Yeah. I know what game you're talking about too.
What? This thing cost me $40? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Right now? Like, you're worse than Goof Troop. Goddamn.
What was your worst game?
So many. Like, you guys can't see it, but on his eyes, there's just a scroll of video game covers.
Well, he brought up the point.
I think he was expecting us to go so we could have time to narrow it down, because he's like got 98 million games. He's like, you guys ever play Infinity? Which is actually a really fun game, by the way.
No, I never played that.
Was it Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5?
Oh, that was pretty bad. Is that the
I
newest
never
one?
really played any of those.
I don't know. It was, whatever one it was with like Tony Hawk and like Bam Margera like team captains or whatever, and I take it's really bad. It's stupid.
Couldn't stand any of those. They were just horrible
I like the first one. The first one's really fun. The soundtrack's really nice on it. I play it still from time to time on my
to me, that's
64.
right up there. I know, piss a lot of people off with Madden. Boring as hell.
Madden.
Dumb as hell.
Madden is a bad game because it comes out every year, and it normally takes like 2 to 3 years to make a decent game. So obviously they didn't even put.
They're rushing through it. They're not changing anything. They're just like plugging in different names who are relevant.
They're just fixing bugs at this point, and nothing's getting changed. Nothing graphical's getting fixed.
No. But
they've
like Madden,
upgraded the graphics as it came.
Madden's not that. Madden and Tony Hawk are all in that same group of like they're not that game that you need to sit and like play through a story mode. It's I get to play a game of football and then I can go about my day. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Just like the FIFA games and like the only games like I like that I haven't bought in a while, although the WWE wrestling games. Because I like to create a wrestler thing, and like I have mostly the older ones that are really good, but I haven't bought anything new since like 2010.
Didn't even care. I think it was.
I love wrestling though. Like I'm a huge nerd like that.
I think Ryan bought one. It was like 2000.
Played Benoit
one or something like
Played
that.
Benoit a lot.
No. Well, yeah, bring that up, dude.
He's the best wrestler.
Technically, technicality. Like in the ring, he was really good. We just don't talk about him very much.
Yeah,
that's actually not true. Like I'm on like a few like wrestling.
If you're a woman or a child, he'll fucking straight up kill your ass in the ring.
That's not funny.
No.
How about Hulk Hogan saying racist stuff, huh? Yeah.
I don't.
Worst game.
And if you're his,
I think he.
Hey, we're talking about the worst game.
If you're his best friend's daughter, he'll have sex with you.
We're talking about the worst game. Anyway.
Right in the ring.
Worst game. Brent, what's the worst game you played?
He said it, didn't he?
No, he was
still thinking.
He didn't like Madden. He didn't like.
Well, those are obvious. Well, games you played. I don't think he really played Madden. It was a game you bought. You thought it was gonna be good. You took it home.
And then
and like an hour later, you're like, "This is utter shit."
If you say
I just wasted 60 fucking bucks.
He's gonna say Castlevania. That's what he's gonna say. I feel that.
There was one of those I did buy it. Literally, bought it and drove back, which is like about 30 miles. Drove back and took it back to him. Said no.
This is bullshit.
Well, like the way this
they
guy
took $1 off it and took it back.
See, like, when I did that with the X-Men game, I was too ashamed to go back to Target. I'm like, I spent $40 on this, and I will let no one know ever until like 4 years later. When now I'm telling everybody I bought this game, and I still fucking have it. The case is in good condition too. Did you like the Halo games?
I liked Halo.
Okay.
Just trying to think of a really
bad
Double Dragon.
What?
Double Dragon?
No, I probably like Double Dragon.
Dr. Mario. Actually, I really like Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario's awesome. Yeah.
Constantly.
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario's pretty
Never
good too.
played it.
Paper Mario's pretty
Sounded
good.
dumb.
That's actually, it's got a good deep story to it. Actually, it's not that bad.
That's alright.
I think the only one I can think that I remember buying, thinking, what? Everybody liked this game, and I still don't get it. Paperboy.
No, Paperboy sucked. I mean, it wasn't bad for a Nintendo game, but
Paperboy is, after a certain age, you don't play that. Like, Paperboy is like, you are 6 or 7 years old, and you're just stoked you get to play on the ginormous gray Game Boy. And you're like, yay, yay, oh, I hit a dog, yay,
oh wow,
yay.
I played that on Nintendo.
Yeah, it was on Nintendo, and
Yeah.
I remember playing.
There was a Game Boy port, but
Yeah.
I played on
I
Nintendo
played
first.
on both of them.
Yeah.
But the first time I got to play it was on the Game
on
Boy.
the Game Boy.
I
I remember
never got to
watching-
play that game at my grandma's. We could never get it to work for the longest time.
I think the worst game I ever bought.
Everybody
Did you
kept
buy
saying-
Paperboy?
Everybody kept saying this is a great game, so I went.
It's
and
really
bought
dull.
it when I was a kid, and it's like. I remember I was so happy. One of my friends bought it from me for like $5 less than what I paid for it, and I was like, "Oh God, thank God!"
See, like, I could just imagine, like, I imagine Brent was like a Paperboy when he was a kid for some reason. You probably weren't. Or were you? So I imagine, like, you're playing Paperboy. I was like, why am I simulating my job right now? This is bogus.
No, because the actual job was probably more fun than the actual thing.
I can go outside with fresh air and people.
I have never seen death outside. That was bullshit.
That game was so bad, I didn't get it. I just.
It's
Yeah.
just a generic, and, you know, it's hard to
You just had to deliver papers on your route.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. You avoid no fucking obstacles. You know,
yeah.
It's a very simple.
And then, you know, at the end of your shift, there's a bike ramp park. And you do tricks and stuff. And
I
Wait.
hated that game. It was dumb as hell to me.
Yeah, right. Okay. Worst game. We're on to you.
Final Fantasy 13.
Never even played it. Heard so many bad reviews.
What was so
refused to
bad
even
about
play
it? Was the story sucked? The graphics?
Yeah.
Like, just everything about the game was just bad.
And the graphics were pretty good.
Okay.
I'll give it that.
So
That's
it
the
looked
only
pretty.
thing I've heard anybody give that game. Graphics were good. Storyline sucked. It was very short for a Final Fantasy game.
No. It wasn't short.
People told me.
There wasn't really anything you could do other...
Was there substance to the game?
No.
It was pretty linear.
They cut you off. You couldn't even grind.
So you have to, like, force your way through the game at whatever it is you have.
You couldn't even force. Yeah, you could buy weapons.
But that's it.
Yeah. They level capped you.
That's gay.
Purposely level capped you.
That's dumb.
And the story didn't make any fucking sense. It's like, why the fuck is all this shit happening? Like, a lot of other Final Fantasies, you could get what the fuck was going on, or why people were doing things that they were doing. But this one was like, ugh.
My Final Fantasy ended with 12. I played it. It was kind of okay. And I remember buying the collector's edition to it. I was so excited when it came out. Played through it. And I remember being like, what? This is horrible. I didn't like the whole gameplay to it. It was like the first time they changed the whole gameplay.
Well, it was the first time they did the same time fighting, which I'm not a fan of either.
And to me, that wasn't Final Fantasy. And I haven't played any since that one.
Like 13-2, like, not 13-2, but in 13, because there was a 13-2. You just couldn't do anything. It wasn't fun. You basically had to watch a movie that had a game element around it, and the movie sucked. And you can... It's a neat ideas in that story.
So it was more like an...
I can't even really describe what the fuck it was about. In the end, like, if you go through the whole damn game, which I didn't do, but I watched enough people play, like, let's plays of the game, because it was just funny to watch Spoonie go through it. When you get down to it, basically, God created the world. Their God created the world. He created, like, sub-gods, and he created humans. And then he just fucked off. And then the sub-gods were like, hey, did you see where God went? And they're like, wasn't he over there? And they're like, no, he's not there. And they're like, well, I don't know where he went. So then they got this ingenious, some human thought of this, by the way, that if you kill all the humans, God's going to come back and go, hey, what the fuck's going on? And the gods were like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a good idea. So they pitted humans to destroy them. So God would come back and go, hey, what the fuck's going on? So they could find out where God went. And if this doesn't make any sense to you, congratulations, you've played Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, that's what happened in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a game.
This is a game.
I don't know.
Your reaction is most people's. This was dumb as hell.
Like, you can't provide, like... I know you said words to me.
Yeah, I was saying words.
They just didn't go together.
This is what Square Enix's story, yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. Like... that's okay.
Yeah, this is what's happening.
Right now, I'm not happy with them to begin with the whole Kingdom Hearts thing. Just
they're making it at least. Capcom's fucking.
I don't
people
even
over.
want to hear that. Oh, once again, they talk about and even give you a teaser trailer of Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh no, we're not putting Kingdom Hearts 3 out. We're gonna do this. We're putting that back here. You aren't getting this footage. We're going to do this over here, and we're going to do a 2.8 to bridge this gap.
Yeah.
You've been talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 since...
It does... Well, for one, you can't make a game in a year. So the more time they spend on it is just more beneficial to you.
I don't want to hear that. It's been over 10 years.
Yeah, so that game's going to be awesome when it comes out. So shut the fuck up.
But it could also be a Phantom Menace, where you were so anticipated for it, and it turns out the whole game sucks.
I like the Phantom Menace. That'd be more like episode 8 or 7 to me.
That was...
I don't hate that movie.
I hate that movie.
I was
a lot of people don't really actually hate the movie.
Some people do.
We get
there are
debate
some
at
people,
work
but
all the time. You have one that likes it, but of course he hasn't seen any of the other Star Wars movies.
Talking about video games, Brent. Not movies.
How about that Star Wars video game?
Which one?
I don't know. I never played any of them.
The new one sucks.
There was some on
They fucked it up.
Super Nintendo that were pretty fun. I thoroughly enjoyed those.
Battlefront was really good, but
I don't think I even played any from episode 1, 2. Actually, I did. I played the one for 3 right before the movie came out. And he gave me crap for playing it because it did give away some stuff in the movie.
The only Star Wars game I have is I think it's Star Wars Old Republic for the Xbox. Yeah, I picked that one up for like $5, and I haven't got a chance to play it all the way through. But like from like just the opening of it, it's
a fun little RPG.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good game. I think
I
Old
played
Republic
a little
2
bit
is
of it.
like
it just too in depth. It took.
Well, yeah.
How dare they give you too much information to live off of?
No, it's too much to do.
It's one of those games that takes like an hour to get your character all set up, and
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're just bitching about
you being that much more refined.
You were bitching about like Castlevania. You beat it in a weekend, and this
now
one
it's
you're like,
this one takes too long.
This
I just
takes-
want a mid-range game.
I am
I
more
want
of
X-Fighters, what I want.
the mid-range where I don't want to spend, hours just getting started in the game.
I do.
I don't mind as long as it's not like, 4 hours of prep. That's excessive, but...
I kind of like how they did it in Skyrim. It was just a little bit. You get a little story, a little bit here.
Yeah, they drop nuggets on you, and you just kind of like play through the world you're in, and you kind of react to the events going on around you.
Yeah.
But in the previous one, what was it? Elder Scrolls?
Oblivion? It's just the Elder Scrolls series, so Skyrim.
Yeah, they're all
Oblivion was before
it was
that
like
one.
the first one on Xbox, the original Xbox.
I don't remember what those ones were. The one I actually ever played was Skyrim.
I think just Oblivion.
Huh?
Oblivion.
Oblivion was the 4th game in the installment.
This was the third one. I think this was the third one.
I don't know. It might have been just Elder Scrolls then.
Like, I mean, you went into your star sign, and then you had like 5 things in your star sign, and I was getting irritated with it. I remember spending like 2.5 hours before I actually started playing.
That's excessive.
And I'm like, this is... Granted, once I actually started playing, it was fun. But again, it was really, in depth of the fact of you just a whack at a tree if you had to, how many strikes you took was how well a sword play you could do. And it was how many arrows you shot for
a certain amount of time.
It took forever in that game.
That sounds like it can be kind of monotonous. Kind of like I only played Driver for a little bit because my friend Timmy had it when I was younger. But I guess like the opening of it, like you have to do like this giant list of like...
It's very particular.
Yeah. And apparently a lot of people hated that. Like
I did too.
once you get past that, like the game's awesome. But you have to get past that if you don't know what you're...
I was trying to talk about the worst game. I can't think of the name of it.
Describe
I never even got to, actually play the game.
Because that was what happened to me in Driver when I played it.
Hang on.
I got...
Like you bought the game and you couldn't get past the intro? Or...
Just setting up the character. I just started, slamming the butt, just trying to speed through stuff. After 3.5 hours... I still spent another 45 minutes just not even caring what came up, just picking whatever, just trying to get to play.
Maybe we were playing at that point. Maybe that's the whole game.
That was the game.
And I can't think of the name of the game for the life of me. I remember just this is stupid. And I remember giving it to Mike Trosper.
Well, drop the whole name.
A friend of mine, and he said he spent 3 or 4 days, hours on it, and he said, "Oh, the gameplay is great." He said it only took him I think he said it took him 14 hours to go through all the character setup crap.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea.
I'm like, that is no. There's an in-depth, but there's a point when you're just...
Where do you want this one cell on your face to be? Move it 1 milli.
If it made it, if it's a good tutorial screen, then I wouldn't mind it so much, I guess.
Not for 14 hours. That's
No.
way too excessive.
He's probably exaggerating.
No.
Because I can't think of a game.
4 hours, and I
can't think of a game.
45 minutes, I'm just pounding it, trying to...
I've spent an hour and a half to 2 hours making a wrestler on those wrestling games.
I mean,
and that's going through the moveset and making the template and everything up. But
in the end, Brent's probably just talking about Super Mario Brothers 2 or something.
No. It was...
too many cutscenes.
It's kind of like it's the same thing as Skyrim, where you were picking your character and.
Oh yeah, you can make your character in like less than a minute. You know, like you mess with the face
generic.
a little bit. Well, no, like you pick what race you are, and then you kind of like mess with the features a bit, and you mess with like how big you are. You put your name in.
I mean, I will admit some of it was me at the beginning going through. You know, like most games, you look through all the races, and I remember there was 23 different races.
That's
I don't
cool.
think there's that many in Skyrim.
No, there's only like 6, I think.
No, there's one more than that. 'Cause there's like 3 different elves. There's like 3 or 4 different types of humans. There's like Khajiit, and then there's this reptilian.
Well, I'm not gonna count if they're in the same race.
But they're
You're
different.
human. You're a human.
Yeah, but then you have like Imperials, and then you have Nords, which they're different because they have different aspects to their character.
Yeah, I get that.
So it's not. Oh, you get to be human. No, you get to be this kind of human.
Yeah, I get that.
And you be this kind of human.
But I just said we're talking about races, and I'm like, yeah, well, I think there's like 6.
No, in that case, it's Khajiit, elf, human, and there's like 4 different races.
With the cats.
I was talking more
Khajiit.
like
And the lizards?
I don't know, like reptilian.
I thought there was orcs
and then there's
too.
elves. Orc, human. It was 5 then.
Okay, 5. I thought there were 6.
Why are we debating this right now?
I was
We're not
talking
debating.
more
We're
of
just-
like he was talking like there's 4 or 5. In this game, there was 7 different types of elf.
In which one?
One I can't think of the name of it. There was 5 different dwarves. They had 3 different werewolves.
I have no idea what game you're talking about.
I mean, it had everything in it. It's just ridiculous.
Well, it sounds like an RPG. What are some of you guys' favorite RPGs?
Final Fantasy is still 7 was always my.
I like you
still
got
go
this
back
little
and
like
play it.
twinkle in your eye. You're like Final Fantasy 7.
I am excited for the
actually-
remake.
Liked Final Fantasy 8 more than 7. And I even would probably say 10 was better than 7.
I didn't like 10 at all. I liked
10 was good.
8. 8 I liked the better graphics. The
Was it 10 a 2-parter or something? Like which one?
Oh, there was
Yeah,
a
there
sequel.
10
There
and
was
10 too.
there was a
10
sequel game to it, but you didn't have to play it. It wasn't. They leave you on a cliffhanger in 10.
Did you guys ever play Mario RPG?
Never had the chance to play that one. I didn't have a
I played
Nintendo.
it a
growing
little
up.
bit. Didn't.
I actually really enjoyed that game.
I heard it was really good.
Yeah, like I played.
I've seen it LP'd all the way through.
Yeah, like
so I already know what happened.
When I was
there.
younger, my brother had this emulator for the system on the computer, and like we just played through that one all the time. And he actually went out when he got older and bought the game, and like it's crazy fun.
One of the shows I watched, Super Best Friends Play, they did an LP of Super Mario RPG, and they broke the game because they figured out if you just did this with that star guy and did a star power, he pretty much would kill anything. And then they went and they beat the Super Final Fantasy character in it. And once you beat him before you beat the end boss, you get like his secret weapon. And then they like just sat and it was in the bad guy world, in like the caves,
Okay.
the little cave village. There was one that was like shut and you couldn't open it until you had a certain item. And then when you went in there, it was it was like Bahamut from Final Fantasy, like the first Final Fantasy. It was like a secret.
I don't know who Bahamut is.
He was a bad guy or summons in Final Fantasy, and then you go beat Bahamut, and then it gives you like an ultimate weapon.
Neat.
And then they gave it to Mario. They just flew through that the end part of that game without even any effort. They didn't even lose. They didn't even die.
Damn.
Yeah.
So like my team was always like Mario, Bowser, and then that fucking Cloud Prince guy.
They used Mario, Peach for the healing, and the Star guy.
See, I like the Cloud guy because he had like that healing rain that healed like everybody.
Yeah, but that's what they had Peach because she was her healer.
Yeah, but the cloud guy could take more damage if he got hit. That's why I liked him.
Well,
he was more tanky.
Well, yeah. Well, Princess, they had their princess. She never even got hurt. The way they had it set up, it was like, this breaks the game. This breaks the game.
No, RPGs takes me back to the first one I played, which first game really addicted to, 7th Saga.
Yes! High five. I love that game.
First game I found a, true way to cheat in a game as well.
How'd you cheat?
I had an auto controller.
Okay.
And there was 2 towns. If you went in them, if you died, it brought you back in that tavern.
Uh-huh.
And it was straight down from the tavern to leave. So if you tape down, I think it was the down button, yeah, you tape down and you pushed your AB on auto, you would just sit there and keep fighting and level up. And it would automatically just keep picking attack and just battle for you, and you could level up.
Okay. Yeah, I never did that. I always got pissed because you can find the different companions in there and stuff. I always had everybody as a companion, except for the demon. And whenever I played as the elf, because I loved the elf, because he was just badass in magic and shit, right? So I'd run into the demon and I'd have that fucking robot alien thing as my partner, right? So I'd run into the demon and I'd be like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And he'd be like, "I'm gonna kill you." What? Whoa, hang on, that escalated really quickly. And then he just fucks me up. So he's just fireball, wall of fire, punch him in the face for 100 million. So I would avoid that room. He's gonna be in there, and then I'm gonna fucking die.
And you had one spot where no matter what you did, you were going to fight one of.
Oh yeah. And I also hate fighting that fucking wizard dude with his fucking it was lightning. He had lightning strikes and shit that would do insane amount of damage, just stupid amounts. And these dudes were clearly higher level than we were. And granted, yeah, they're bosses, I guess you want to call them that.
You had to. The only way you could ever beat those, you had to buy. And I don't think you ever found them. You had to buy those power ups.
Yeah.
And the magic ups that were 100%. They doubled you, and that was the only way you even competed on their level.
Oh, or you just get fucked up, and then you gotta start again and again and again.
I found that out. We were trying everything, and finally, because we didn't want to spend the gold, and we really screwed up because finding this out later on without playing through it without cheating. If you don't cheat, that person is somewhat beatable without that. But if you cheat and you're I think you only could max out at level 80. I think it was on that.
I don't remember.
But if you maxed out your level and then went to that part, that person became just ridiculous.
Yeah, they always leveled them up higher than you and stuff. So.
And without using those, it was impossible. You just at that point, and it still was.
The one thing about facing those guys I never really liked is I was never able to use my companion with me. It was always a one-on-one fight. I was like, but no, he's with me. He's my team member. And they're nope, you got to fight him one-on-one. Well, shit.
Because that was the other cheat.
Tanks and shit.
A lot of people, which I found out in that game, a lot of people did. They would kill their character off for a while before that and use their companion and level up their companion.
Okay, and then have the companion fight them?
And make sure when they went to that point, their companion was the one in there. Not... Because they'd go off of your main character's level, so your companion
would be... Oh, that's smart. I never thought of that.
Well, we need to...
We gotta wrap it up.
So, is there any games that you would suggest people play?
Jake Cocoon's really fun.
Jake Cocoon? What's yours? Do you have an album or something?
No. Mario RPG is really good. I always, whenever we're talking about games, that Radiant Knights game, I talk to you about it like all the time.
Yeah.
I love that game. It's like $60 on eBay right now, though. Like, I mean, I think you can get it to the PlayStation Network store.
Probably. You can get it. You can almost get everything
or a
there.
little bit cheaper. But that's got a really fun story mode that goes in like 4 different ways.
Kingdom Hearts. Whether it's PSP, Sleep by Birth, I like it.
I don't know how you play it. Just play Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Get a Keyblade and go fuck some shit up with Donald.
Donald doesn't do jack shit.
Donald sucks. I'll admit, Donald sucks.
Be nice if we had a fucking healer.
Actually, if you equip Donald with the healing stuff, he does pretty well. It's just he runs through them very fast.
Eventually, he's like, "Oh, hey, you need a potion. Senso being here." Fuck off.
It's the problem is they hit you and they take 1 point off you. He's here, heal you, and waste it. And you're like, fuck.
I'd recommend playing like the first Resident Evil.
What was Resident Evil 2?
No, not Resident Evil 2 at all.
You don't like that game?
No. In fact, skip that one and go right to Code Veronica.
Only I said that,
Leon,
you said it, I looked down, it's sitting down there.
Leon sucks. And everybody thinks Leon's a badass, and he wasn't. He isn't.
I'm surprised. I figured he was going to go right to Tomb Raider.
Yeah, play Tomb Raider. The first one. And that was a great game. And it made me Metal Gear. If you get time.
If you're into like a racing game, one that's kind of obscure is Rage Racer.
Actually, right now, the best, if you want a good racer, probably get Grand Theft Auto 5, because they got that stunt pack coming out.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like older games. Like,
yeah.
Rage Racer came out in like
for the
PlayStation 1.
I'm just saying, like,
that like you like race tracks and you could like get money for like winning.
Some of those games are hard to.
The only racer I liked.
I liked Rage Racer. I hated Gran Turismo though.
Nah, I didn't like
those games were freaking dumb.
If I'm right, Burnout's the one you also you do racing. You have a stunt, and you also have a crash thing. You have to do so much damage, crash.
Fuck that pod racing. Episode 1 Pod Racer.
That was actually a really good scene.
That's a good fucking game.
That was a good scene in the movie.
That was a good scene in the movie. It's a great game.
I never played the game.
Game's fucking fun as fuck.
Does he cheat?
Who?
One dude.
Sebulba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could not think of his
name. He fucking could flash you with his vents.
Like in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
A fucking fire will come out and fuck your shit up.
That's stupid.
You motherfucker. Cheating little shit.
Okay. So you guys got a list of games you can play now.
Yep.
Go out and enjoy your virtual reality.
And then, hit subscribe and,
go to Facebook and say, hey!
Yeah.
We'll probably just say hello.
With 1 H and like 30 E's and 2 Y's and exclamation mark.
You want to say bye, Brent?
Bye.
Wow, so uncompassionate. That was Brent. He may or may not join us if he gets that twig out of his ass later.
He wasn't actually saying goodbye. He was just telling you his sexual preference.
I'm not Ted.
Yeah, you could never be me.
No.
Alright.
Yeah. Good night.
See you later. Or good morning.
Whatever. Happy birthday.